Welcome back to Freedom Finance, guys, with Lanny. And today we're going to keep it very simple. I heard a lot of questions and comments about how I'm able to save so much, or what do I do to save as much money as possible, to save and invest as much money as possible. And I wanted to tell you kind of 5 things that I do, that we do in my house every single day, week, or month that allows us to save thousands of dollars that I think could actually benefit you in 2024. Some are very easy. Some that you might think, gosh, I should be doing that. Some I'm actually going to show you step by step on what you can do and build that habit to saving, because 2024, I want it to be prosperous. I want you guys to help better your personal finance situation. I want you guys to save and invest as much money as possible as we all try to reach that personal finance goal here on this channel, guys. So here we go. We've got the new mic. We got the boom arm over here rocking. Grab your favorite beverage. For me, it's coffee right now, but I know you've got your beer. You're probably drinking maybe a little bit of liquor here, gearing up for the New Year's. And if you're Italian and it's Sunday, you're drinking a little vino, guys. So guys, let's check out 5 big things that I do to save money every single month, on how we can actually have a savings rate of well over 65% per month. So if you guys are interested, let's go, let's get it. And no, I'm not going to tout my horn, pound my chest about how we bought a house some odd years ago, 12 to be exact. Bought it for less than $100,000, 5% down, no PMI. Yeah, they were still doing some crazy deals back in 2011. Gotta love it. And how we were able to refinance in 2020 during the pandemic at record low rates. You guys know that, and that's not something that everybody can just do right now. So we're not going to talk about my housing cost being so low, my mortgage principal and interest payment being low. We are not going to talk about that, because I don't think you, the viewer, can go and just do that and introduce that into your plan for 2024. Though rates are slowly coming down. But what I will talk about related to house as the first of 5 things on how we save money every single month here in this household is look at the size of your house. I'll say, we live in, approximately close to a 1,500 square foot house. Yeah, pretty small probably, but for most people, there's 3 of us, my wife and my little toddler over here. And, it's less than 1,500 square feet. But with that, utilities are lower. So not only do we benefit by having a lower square footage footprint, but you have lower utility costs. Think electricity and gas. So for us, that's already low, and we probably spend somewhere around combined $100 a month between electricity and gas. So let me know how that looks to you. But the question is how can you save? How can you save money on those utilities? Well, what we do is, this is going to sound a little wild. We're in winter right now. But what we do is we kind of unplug most small electronics before we go to bed. So we'll unplug, coffee machines, coffee pots, espresso machine, some of our toddlers' little gadgets, charging things. We'll just unplug them all before we head upstairs for bed. Because those small silent killers, as I call it, they take electricity even if you have them plugged in. We'll turn off all the power switches on the surge protectors just to make sure things are actually powered down, because everything that is plugged in that's not on a surge protector that's powered off more than likely is using electricity in your house. So you're paying for electricity and you're not benefiting from it because you're not using it. So keep that in mind. One thing we also do is, during the winter right now, we'll actually turn down the thermostat, a few degrees, because when you're sleeping, we have blankets. We're warmer than we are without them. So we don't necessarily need it balmy in the house during winter here in Cleveland, Ohio. So that's another thing we do to save on our natural gas cost, is we turn down the thermostat when we go to bed. Another thing is when we're traveling out of town, or if we're traveling for the whole day or for a weekend, we'll actually kind of turn a lot of those utilities similarly, like the thermostat, down to a lower level, since Nobody's going to be here to enjoy it. Obviously warm enough so that nothing freezes over here in the house. And similarly in the summer, electricity wise, we have ceiling fans. So we'll have those running, and usually at night we'll raise the temperature a little bit just because we have such cool air. We'll open windows too, because typically it's cooler at night, so you don't need your AC running as hard as you do sometimes during the day. So those are a few tips and tricks, guys, to save on those utility bills. Unplug small appliances and electronics that you aren't using, aren't needing. Toaster ovens, coffee machine, some small TVs, electronic gadgets, chargers, all that stuff. We kind of unplug them when we're not using them. Check your thermostat, before you go to bed, when you wake up, when you leave the house. Just think to yourself, like, who's benefiting from this usage? And you'll see your electricity usage, your natural gas usage go down, and ultimately you'll save money that way. And I'd argue we probably save anywhere from, I don't know, $10 to $20 a month easily doing that. That's probably being conservative. If anything, I would think it's actually a lot more. But, we're talking hundreds, if not up to $1,000 a year saving on energy. But yeah, before we go to the next step, what we do in Ohio, and I don't know if you can do in your state, we actually shop around for our utility rates as well. So we shop around for our natural gas and our electric supplier. So we actually can buy a lower rate whenever we want. So that's something that is a benefit of living in Ohio. Again, it's state by state based on, I think, regulations. So you might have to check that out on your own. But for Ohio, it's that apples to apples Public Utilities Commission website, or Ohio PUCO as they call it. So I usually check that every quarter to make sure I'm locked in a low fixed rate, no early termination, no monthly fee utility provider. Second, let's talk about cars, guys. Let's get into that number 2 spot here. I drive a 14-year-old Honda Accord. My wife's in a now 11-year-old Honda CRV. So we don't have auto loans. They're paid off. They've been paid off for years. So just with that alone of having a paid off car, probably saves us anywhere from $600 to $800 a month. So you're talking, call it close to $10,000 a year we're saving by just not having an auto loan. And if we were to have to get a new car, I would look at used, and I would look right now, especially in today's rate environment, trying to buy as much as possible with cash versus getting a loan out, and going shorter on the loan, simply because I never liked having an auto loan when I had it on my Honda Accord. Yes, I did have one. In fact, I did end up paying it off close to 2 years early just because I was sick of that monthly payment. So one way we save money, again, this is really based on probably personal preferences. We don't have auto loans, which reduces, we'll get into insurance here shortly, but reduces not having a monthly payment, reduces the insurance cost as well. But speaking of cars, I'm sure you guys have seen the commercials for Upside, but we also save with, we kind of dual it up with the Upside app, where you can save money off of your gallon per gallon of gas, usually anywhere from an extra 5 to 35 cents. But then we couple that with the BP Fuel Me app, which is just an app that BP has. So we have many BP locations near us, and that's usually always a 5 cents off per gallon. So you couple that with both apps, and you're saving anywhere from 10 to 40 cents a gallon at your fill up. So I drive a ton on my Honda Accord, call it, 45 miles at least round trip every single day. So I'm using a lot of gas. So those small things, add up to, a whole lot more down the road. Again, you're talking, if I'm saving 25 cents per gallon, my car holds 16. So saving a few dollars every trip by using these 2 apps. But if I'm filling up, call it 2 times per month, again, I'm adding up a couple $100 there in just gas savings on just my car, not even talking about my wife's car. So, use Upside, use the BP Fuel Me app. Try to keep your auto loan, if you have to, low as possible, or not have one, obviously, is my recommendation. All right, third, and I'll show you guys here on the screen on this one. Let's talk insurance. Let's talk house. Let's talk auto insurance here, guys. If you're not shopping around for your insurance, you're doing yourself a disservice here. I know you might have a family friend that sold you the insurance package. You don't want to leave them. Well, sometimes you got to do it just because in the end, your personal finance situation sometimes is a lot more important here. I've switched many times in my period of owning a house and obviously driving a car. In fact, and I'll show you here, I usually go through Policy Genius. This is not a sponsored video, but I like to use them because every year they also remind me to go shopping for my quotes, to re-quote everything out. And actually, we just got my email back this past week, and they actually found a way where if I switch to Progressive with who I'm currently with, I can save in total around $95. So I'm debating on the switch. It sounds small, but hey, every dollar matters, especially when you're trying to put as much money to work in the market. So shop your insurance. You can either do it yourself by going to all the websites and providers, or you can use Policy Genius. And as long as you give them all your details for your house, your car, or cars, plural, they'll send it out to all the agencies, and they'll work as your broker on your behalf. And I've done it through them now a few times, and it's always been very easy. They give me quotes. They tell me which one they would recommend and how much I would save just based on my current premiums. Right now we spend around a little under $1,100 per year on the auto insurance with the 2 cars, and then our house insurance is I think it's around $725. I'll put them up here on the screen. So, in total, close to $2,000 in just auto and house insurance. And I can guarantee it that these things can get out of hand if you're not paying attention to your bill, because every year, normally your bill will go up unless you're paying attention. So you can shop around to keep your insurance cost at a similar cost or lower. Secondly, if you're building up that emergency savings and you have where you really need to be at, think about putting even extra, or if that emergency savings is in case something happens to your car, to your house, think about raising your deductibles, which is the amount you would have to pay if you filed a claim, because a higher deductible will lead to a lower premium on your insurance. So if you can handle a higher deductible and you want to save some money, you can always look at that deductible option. And your cash is probably earning anywhere from 4.5% to 5.5% as well. So save the money, shop your insurance, guys. I'll put a link, in the description as well of the video if you want to sign up and check out Policy Genius and have them do the work for you. Again, I highly recommend them. They make it very easy. So that was number 3. Number 4, guys. Hey, I'm recording it with this device. It's my phone. Not the phone device itself, but it's actually my phone plan. And this, I will say, is in the description, the link to Google Fi. I am not on Verizon. I am not on AT&T. I am not on T-Mobile service. I am on Google's phone service called Google Fi. And I spend anywhere around $21 to $22 per month for my phone service. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell do you even get with $22 a month? Well, I get a great service because Google Fi pings to the best network location where I'm at because it's dual band. Think of Verizon single band, and then, AT&T's on their own band. So whereas Google, it's dual. So they'll just pick up what network they've contracted with to give me the best service where I'm at. I can use it internationally. It's all the same. Now I don't have I pay $10 every gigabyte I use. I don't really use data because I'm always on Wi-Fi, and I'm sure you are as well. But they do have a plan that's $50 a month for unlimited. No strings attached. You don't have to have multiple devices to get to 50. And if you do, you have multiple devices. It actually ends up being a lower monthly plan as well. So yeah, I spend about $22 a month, and using just baseline what I know in the industry, let's call it that it is $50 a month. But since I'm able to just use it for whenever I need it, I'm saving anywhere around $30 a month or $360 a year by using Google Fi service. So if you're somebody that is like me, that's always on Wi-Fi and you don't need data, consider switching to Google Fi. I've been on there for, close to 7+ years. So I've saved thousands of dollars by using Google Fi service. Never had a problem. I've traveled internationally. I've been able to use it internationally. It's really built on the Google suite of services. The Wi-Fi is, solid, and the network services has always been solid. And in fact, even in some dead zones when I used to be with Verizon, I've found out that Google actually has better service in some certain areas that kind of surround me. So I always find that interesting that I actually sometimes get better service coverage with Google FI. Again, link below is in the description. Highly recommend. All right, guys, this video I know is getting a little bit longer than what I anticipated. So for the fifth item, we're going to talk about food cost. Again, we've kind of gone through the gamut of what most people spend a lot of money on every single month, groceries and food. I'm not going to lie. My wife and I, we shop a lot at Aldi. ALDI, the German company Aldi. If they were a public company, you better believe I would buy so much stock into Aldi. I love the kind of bare bones service, and now they have self-checkouts, which is awesome. We buy most of our bare essentials there. Your milk, eggs, cheese, peanut butter, bread, ground chicken, ground turkey, some vegetables, some fruit. We'll buy there, and we'll shop there anywhere from 3 to 4 times a month. And just by doing some price reviews, I know, you could end up saving I always save for every $10 you would spend somewhere, you'd probably save 10% at Aldi. So we spend anywhere from, every trip we probably spend around $75. So to me, I'm like, hey, we're probably saving $7.50 a trip on average. So if we're doing that multiple times a month, we're talking $25 to $35 a month. Maybe I'm being way too conservative there. Maybe it's a lot more we're saving. But we're saving over a course of a year, I don't know, call it $300 to $500 a year on groceries. It could be way more than that. Maybe I am being very conservative. But I know peanut butter, eggs, milk, bread, it's way cheaper at Aldi. Granola bar cereals as well. Just take a look at Aldi. You'll be very surprised. I know you might have been nervous to walk in there. Don't be. Just bring your quarter, put it in the shopping cart, and be on your way. You might surprise yourself with the quality plus how much you can save at the end of the day. And if you guys want me to do an Aldi versus a Walmart or Target challenge or something like that, let me know in the comments. I don't think you want to dare me to do a Whole Foods challenge because of how different those prices would be. But Aldi, if you don't know, their superior store is Trader Joe's. So they, have a very good, I guess, roots into the communities here. I know in Ohio for sure. So let me know if you shop at Aldi as well. But, number 5, we probably save, again, anywhere from $25 to $50 a month by shopping at Aldi, leading up to hundreds of dollars of savings per year. So guys, that was it. That's my 5 big ways that you can save here in 2024, not considering your mortgage right now. You can save on your utilities, really look around your house, see what's plugged in, see how you're really using your energy when it comes to heating and cooling your house. Save money there. Just be smart about it. Just ask yourself, is anybody benefiting from this being turned on, plugged in, or at this temperature? Secondly, look at your insurance. Shop it around every single year, your house, your auto. Look at your deductibles. If you have the cash ready, maybe you can raise those deductibles to save money. Guys, look at your car. Is there a way to, spend less on gas? Look at the Upside app. Look at the BP Fuel app. Download it if you have BP gas stations. You'll save 5 cents no matter what every single time at the pump per gallon. Couple that up with the Upside app and you'll save a lot more money every time you fill up. Again, if you have to have an auto loan, try to go as low as possible right now and as short as possible to get yourself out of that depreciating asset loan. Next, Google FI, guys, for your phone service. Again, I spent about $22 on average per month, saving around $30 a month no matter what. Save around $360+ per year by using Google FI service. That link below is in the description. Lastly, again, food. Don't be afraid to shop at Aldi. Just try it out and see how much you can save comparatively to where you normally shop at, whether that's Walmart, Target, your local grocery store, Kroger. Just do a comparison, do the same thing, and see if you're able to save money. If you guys want me to, let me know if you want to see the Aldi versus insert here store challenge. So guys, that was 5 ways you can save money. What else do you do every single day, week, month to save money? What else could you add value here to the conversation to help others save money? This is 2024, guys. We're about to enter it. So let's keep trying to do as much as we can to invest and save and better our personal finance situation, guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.